God, like I do look like a sweaty pig. Like
Shut
we've
up.
I just want everyone to know I've been
I
waiting
was
for legit
troubleshooting.
an hour.
I
An
was
hour.
troubleshooting.
Anyway, welcome to I Love You, Bitch.
This bitch
We're
hates me.
to this time we're going to talk a little bit about community. Are you looking for community right now? And what are you looking for even in community right now?
I would say community in general, to me, when I am seeking community, means collective belonging with a shared space and maybe shared goal or shared interest. I actually think, shared goal is an important aspect to community. I would say I have found community in my day-to-day life. So short answer, I guess, no, but also yes, always. How about you?
I think it's hard because a lot of community is tied to how we identify ourselves. I think it was easier for me to build community when I used to live in Washington, D.C. Now I've relocated to the Midwest to be closer to my family. So that's my new friend group community. Before, I built community around who I wanted my children to grow up with. So I was looking for other families that were aligned with the values that my family had, that were diverse as far as, how they presented in the world. I'm talking about BIPOC people. I was looking for Black and Brown, Indigenous and Asian moms, and I built that community. Now that my kids are teens, I don't know how to build community. I don't know how to build community outside my Black parenting identity.
Do you have that one friend that's late to everything, but you love them? They're absolutely the best. Or is there someone in your life who needs a lot of help? Community can be messy, but I think it's so rich and valuable. This week, our affirmation is, I cultivate meaningful connections.
So many people think that community is supposed to be a feel-good experience all the time. A community doesn't necessarily always feel good, but a community should feel validating, authentic, impactful. It should be inspiring. There should be reciprocity. When people say it should feel good, they get caught up in the dopamine reward, loop. That's where the toxic behavior can sometimes leak in, because people are like, oh, I feel so good here. This is the place I want to be. And it's like, girl, you just given this scammer $50,000 to stay a part of this community. Like, is that really what you really need in your life right now? I think community is great at challenging us in our interpersonal and our group collective dynamics. But I just think a lot of people are looking to feel good. They're not looking to be a part of a collective experience.
Is it actual community that you're building, or a group of well-curated people who look really good in a room and photo together?
Yeah, community is definitely a buzzword that has been commodified, the concept of community. And it's funny because this is the kind of video that would come up on you and my feed, but not on the feed of the people who it needs to. People who are community builders, community facilitators should be asking this question. And people who enter a community, it's something to think about, or maybe a way to remain centered when you're walking through life is by, just reminding yourself, is this a community or is this attached to something else that I need in my life? What do you think?
Monetizing everything in our society has made us even monetize some of the most intimate, amazing, personal possibilities of connection with other people. I'm like, what is the call to action of this group, right? And the call to action could be, we get together and we bake cookies, or, we are fighting for a global cause that needs to be changed in the environment, right? Like, whatever your call to action is, who's welcome in that space? Who do you prevent from coming in that space, right? So I'm not saying every community should have the gate wide open. I am saying, however, we really need to think about how we put the RSVP together for the work that we're trying to do. What is your call to action? Because if your call to action isn't pure, man.
A lot of people need to stop pretending that they're trying to foster, nourish, cultivate, and build community and just say that they want money and that they're probably good at curating events and planning events. There are a lot of curated dinners. There are a lot of curated picnics, a lot of curated, pottery and wine, pottery and coffee shop at my house. And it's all under the guise of like, we need more community. And it's like, you just want money.
Is it ethical to make money off of a community?
I would say when I think about the communities that have been most fulfilling that I've been a part of, it's not like a pay-to-play situation, but I've been in communities where it's like a pay-as-you-feel type vibe, or donate if you feel the inspiration to do so. And I think that attracts the most purest intentions, or whatever you want to call it. I think also honesty is super important as well, like to be misleading to people. It's like, for example, I guess if you're building a service or something, or we seek to build a community, I would never want to kind of build a community and then be like, actually, now you have to pay to access all this crap. Like, I don't think that that's fair or kind.
I mean, I think, membership fees, like you have fraternities, sororities, they have membership fees, right? There are operating costs.
I don't know anything about that culture.
Okay, I don't either, but, there's membership fees, right? If you're on a sports team or a travel team, right? That's a community of sorts, right? You do have to pay the club fees, right? Mm-hmm. So there are spaces where paying to be a part of the community cover operational costs and cover logistics and those types of things. And I think that's absolutely necessary. I think it gets a little hairy when we don't understand that everything that's free isn't free. There are a lot of communities, like even online or even in person, that people are part of, and they're like, oh, it's just free. And it's like, baby, your data is the price to participate in this community. We have to really understand, like, what does currency look like? Your attention is what you pay to be a part of the community. It's not always money and resources in that way.
That's true. Like nothing is free. So that's
right.
That.
Yeah.
And nothing also is ethical in this world, I feel. So I think the best you can be is maintaining integrity and honesty and respect for one another. And that's how you can be the most ethical. I miss the piggies.
They miss you too.
I wish I'm here all alone. It's so sad.
There's nothing in your hands.
Trying to build a virtual community. Hi, Piggy. Aww.
I think the focus needs to be buy land, party, cookouts, make art, heal, build community-owned energy systems, water systems, food systems, housing systems, etc. We gotta start creating communities that are for us, by us, and stop relying on extractive institutions.
Thoughts?
I think that what white supremacy and late stage capitalism would label as low income communities actually do the best at creating meaningful and healthy communities.
And that's why they're under attack. Because these people have figured out a way to work together and come together and survive in a system that is designed to harm them. Think the grandma who opens her doors to all the kids after school. Think people watching each other's kids, and I only think of it in terms of that, or think of borrowing resources, sharing resources. One of the most beautiful things that I've ever experienced was hanging out at a friend's house. The lights went out and everyone in the community came outside because it was summertime with their like flashlights and things and games and stuff for the kids. Like, I don't see that in the suburbs.
Right. And so, like, another thing that's so beautiful is like the concept of rent parties. Have a party and everyone in the community is like, they bring a plate, like, so it becomes this thing, and then you like pay a couple dollars or whatever. And I would way rather go hang out at a rent party than pay $20 to go to like a dance party that who knows where that $20 is gonna end up. I don't even drink, so I would way rather eat some awesome food. So shout out to rent parties. Let's bring those back.
How do you imagine futures without people? How do you build communities without people? You don't. The thing is when you're in community with other people, you are with other people. You must be present with that other person to build community. When you're off in your own fantasia, you're not present with other people. You're in your world. You cannot build community in your world. You build community in a shared world with other people. See, this is why I say when you are thinking of the future, You can't plan for other people because that's a shared reality. Other people have free will. They have their own dreams, their own ideas, their own wants and wishes. That's why when we come together to do group projects, it requires skills, communication skills, to be able to find out if we're even on the same page. You have to sometimes find out that your way of doing things fails because you fail to take into account other perspectives or information from other people. So group projects, communities, things where you build with other people must be done in the present time with another person in a shared reality. Not your reality, not their reality, a shared reality.
So my question is, are we destined to be annoyed as we build community with other people?
Are we, you and me, destined to be annoyed? Because that answer is 100% yes, just because
Yes.
you and I struggle with certain things. But also, there are moments where it's our responsibility to sit with that frustration and annoyance and examine it and perhaps let it go when it's unreasonable. What do you think?
Are you saying what happened earlier today? Are you talking about that where I was waiting for you for an hour to record? Are you alluding to that? Like, are you alluding to that?
I'm not saying that at all. And I think we make a good team. Like, we're able to, like, you know, bang heads and move through it. And yes, when you're in a community and you're building a community, like, people are going to piss you off. But I think we each have a personal responsibility to work on transcending those for the greater good. And it's okay to get pissed off with people. It's okay to be in community with people who you're like, he's a asshole and I would never hang out with him one-on-one, but doesn't mean we can't share space and build community together.
I think that's beautiful. And I'm sorry that I upset you.
You didn't upset me
I
at
know,
all.
I know. I'm just saying, oh,
Hey,
damn.
I love you.
I love you, bitch.
And I mean it.
All right.
Bitch.
I mean it too. Closing thoughts.
If you resonate with anything that we talk about, we're not perfect, we acknowledge that, but we would love to build a community at I Love You Bitch. We don't know what it's going to look like. We're always learning and growing, even though our frontal lobes are arguably both fully developed.
Like, share, subscribe, follow us on TikTok and Instagram and or LinkedIn, whatever platform suits you best.
You're trying to extract.
And being extractive right now.
Yeah.
What do you want from us? What would you like from us? Let's hold each other during these uncertain times through creativity and cringe and all kinds of other, shenanigans.